I do not touch the world anymore. I do not touch anything but glass. I do not touch the glow. The liturgy of your feed rising like incense from a digital altar, sweet with illusion, thick enough to cloud the shape of things that matter. I do not see a person in you. I do not see beyond the ritual, a religion of angles and agony, suffering served in soft lighting. I do not see your eyes, only sermons in curated longing, only smiles like minor miracles disguised as joy. I do not dream in colour now, not wild, not stained. I do not dream outside of screens, only in notifications, phantom vibrations, the glow that mimics warmth but never touches. I do not receive affection whole. I do not receive more than a trickle, data measured to sustain. I do not receive love, just the algorithm's looped reply, just enough to keep me starving. I do not live outside. The sky forgets my name. I do not live inside either. I scroll through your performance of pain, so polished, so precise I mistake it for truth. I do not react when you cry, but still feel holy for witnessing. I do not react when you laugh, but something in me wilts, quietly. I do not hunger for food. I do not speak with voice. I do not touch the world that unfolds just beyond reach, tactile, alive, irrelevant. I do not join you and your partner in motion, in mess, in breath. I do not join, I remain still. I remain faithful. I do not touch the world anymore. I do not feel more than glass, than the low hum of loneliness coded into comfort. I do not bleed when wounded. I buffer. I do not forget that something resists. Not hope, not rage, but a throb beneath the silence. A muscle half remembered, twitching. I do not want you. I do not want the screen. I do not want this shape of hunger. I do not reach one night. I do not refresh. I do not escape the silence. I let it swell. I do not fear its breath. I do not flinch as it moves. I do not script the outside air. I do not catch the moth's path against the window. I do not film the voice that laughs somewhere unrecorded. I do not stay in your feed. I do not stay looping endlessly. I do not watch any longer. I do not wait to be saved. I step barefoot into the noise of the living, not healed, not whole, but here. Behind the lines. This poem explores the quiet erosion of self through digital fixation, not driven by intimacy, conversation, or physical presence, but by relentless attention. The speaker has become entangled in a parasocial trance, orbiting the image of someone they've never met. Reality gives way to ritual. Identity gives way to simulation. It's not about romance, but about how devotion distorts when it exists, without recognition, sustained only by visibility. At its core, the poem dwells in dissociation. The speaker no longer engages with the tangible world. Colour drains from their dreams, voice fades from their speech, movement loses meaning. Sensory experience is surrendered to the soft pull of an infinite feed. The person they're fixated on is made of fragments, curated pain, calculated charm, moments crafted to be consumed. Yet the speaker absorbs these scraps as sacred text, reading every post like a revelation. The language mirrors worship because obsession, when it deepens, begins to resemble faith. Longing becomes ritual. The speaker doesn't seek to be known, only to feel near, even if that nearness is entirely imagined. It's a kind of spiritual malnourishment, disguised as connection. The screen becomes sacred. Even the silence between updates becomes charged with meaning. They aren't searching for escape, but for purpose inside the ache. And yet, the poem shifts. What begins in paralysis ends with a gesture. There's no epiphany, no grand escape, only a quiet refusal. Not reaching, not refreshing. That act of restraint breaks the spell. The speaker starts to feel the world again. The unscripted air, the unrecorded laugh. The obsession remains, but its power frays. And that's enough. It's a poem about the slow drowning of self in the glow of another, and the first breath that signals a return.